You are now listening to the smooth sensations and high vibrations of Alex, host of the best relationship channel on YouTube. Alex, drop them gems on us.
You got a big bag, let me take. Show me where your friends at, we can flip that. Let me put you on the game. 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 Show you where the red at, where the blue at. Show you where they flip that, where they bitch at. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game. Let me put you on the game right there.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Alex. Shout out to the Elite Fleet. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can become a member of the Elite Fleet. And I got a question I wanted to answer in video format. I did forget to bring my work phone with me, but I pretty much remember the question. It wasn't very long. As always, if you guys have a question that you want me to answer in video format, my email is in the description. You can shoot me an email, or if you want to get into a little bit more detail about your specific situation when it comes to dating or relationships, or I also do work as financial consultant. So if you need some financial consultation, you can hit that same email and you can set up a consultation and I'll talk with you about it. But either way, let's get straight into what my man wants to know. And what he said was pretty simple and straightforward. He said, "Hey Alex, I have been talking to this girl. Everything had been going pretty good. We got to date 3. Then all of a sudden she started flaking on me. She started acting weird, and it caught me off guard because we had already slept together on date 3. So I want to know, should I apply more pressure? Should I cut her off? Should I say something about it? What should I do?" That was pretty much the gist of his email. I thought this was an important video to make for 2 different reasons. Number one, and I kind of mentioned this before, but I need to go back to this topic. So this is going to be kind of a part 2 of this topic. And that is, you guys got to understand, just because you slept with a woman, especially in 2025, I know y'all like to think, oh, you know, the V-Box is so special to these women and they only give it to people they really care about, and women don't enjoy sex. Because that's what they tell y'all. That's the lie they tell y'all. Even though they get millions of babies deleted every year. Even though they got 10 times as many contraceptives as we do. Even though they got all those toys. The toys that go in the V-Box and spin around in the V-Box. And the Rose toy. And the Ton toy. And all these different toys. The anal plugs. You know, they got whips, chains, handcuffs. Women have more sex toys than anyone. But they somehow did a Jedi mind trick and convinced you guys to believe that they don't like sex. And they just have sex strictly for the benefit of whatever man they're in love with and to please him. And it's a lot. And I say all that to say, you guys have to understand, you only get to hit a woman so many times for free. Alright? Now, how many times she's going to let you have free sex depends on how high her attraction level is to you, right? So if she really wants you to be her man, or she wants to be your wife, or she wants to have your babies, then you get a longer leeway. You might be able to string her along for 2 months, 6 months, a whole year. I've done it and I've seen it. I've seen it done, right? But if her interest level is not that high, or she just knows she has a lot of opportunities in the dating market, you might only be able to get to, you know, let's say a month, you know, and she might be like, okay, you know, you done hit it 2 or 3 times, I'm out of here. You know, you done hit it once or twice, I'm out of here. It's different for the woman. But the reality is, every single woman has a certain number in her mind based upon those factors that I just said to you. Your marriage material, or your childbearing. Do I want to have your children material, or do I want to be your girlfriend? Whatever value she has on you, all right, whatever interest level she has on you, there's a certain amount of time she's going to let you sleep with her for free for that interest level, right? And gotta understand, in a woman's head, it doesn't matter if you're paying for dates. I don't even give a damn if you you know, you're gifting her stuff. In a woman's head, unless she getting paid big money, by that I mean you paying her like $5,000, or you paying some of her bills, all right? Or she's in a relationship with you, or she's married to you, all right? I need you guys to understand that. In a woman's head, if it's not one of those 3 things, then that means she's sleeping with you for free. I don't give a damn what nobody else is saying. In a woman's head, if it's not one of those three things that I just mentioned, then her perception of it is, I'm sleeping with you for free. All right? So there's only so many times a woman's going to let you do that based upon what value she has in her head. And when you hit that number of free strikes, and again, it might only be one, then at that point, she's either going to pressure you for a relationship, or she's just going to stop talking to you and move on to a dude who's applying that type of pressure. All right? Now, it could just be that she let you hit and you were terrible. You were bad in bed, and that's why she's flaking on you. But generally, if you were bad in bed and she didn't want anything to do with you anymore, she wouldn't be flaking on you. She would have just blocked you and she wouldn't even be communicating. So now I kind of want to get into the second part of the video, which is, how do you handle women flaking? First of all, guys, I want you to understand something. Women only have 3 modes with men, all right? Get your notepad out and take notes. The best gems come for those who stay till the end. I repeat, the best gems come for those who stay till the end. 1, they're infatuated with you. And when they're infatuated with you, that means those are the girls, guys. That there's been times in my life where I've walked up to some women, and it doesn't matter how attractive the woman is or not. It's just, rather or not, you're her type. Some women, you just do it for them. Some women, I go on a date, you know, or I go to their crib or whatever, and I see the heart bubbles in their eyes, and their heart bubbles going everywhere like an anime, and they just like, what they put them on? And anything I say is the best thing in the world, and they just love me. I just do it for them. I call that like the superstar, right? Because I used to read a book, Why the Men Are the Way They Are, and they used to talk about how you have that, not superstar genetic, like a model gene. I forgot exactly what they call it. But it's basically, it's a version of a male or a version of a female that basically hits all the genetic codes that the opposite sex just finds. A genetic celebrity, I think it was. I don't know. But either way, it hits all the right codes so that the opposite sex just finds you attractive. You just do it for them. That's a girl who's infatuated with you. You just do it for her. You look exactly how she wants you to look. You got your stuff together. Your personality's on point. Your masculinity on point. And that woman is just whatever. All right, she's infatuated with you. So when you text her, she texts back right away. If she don't text back right away, she always texts back good. So that's the woman who says hi with a bunch of eyes, or hey with a bunch of Y's. She's never dry. She's never dry. Anything you say, she's engaging. She's leaving the door open for you to ask her more questions. You know, she's right there. And she's always replying. And she's all about you. And she's locked in on you. All right, so that's infatuation. Number 2 was indifference. 90% of the time, a woman is flanking on you, it's because she's indifferent. All right? Now, she could be indifferent for multiple reasons. 1, maybe her attraction level to you is just not that high, right? So she has you at like a 6 or a 5, which means I'm cool if I'm talking to him. I'm cool if I'm not talking to him. He's all right. Like, you're just an okay guy. Now, ironically, unfortunately, these are most of the guys women end up married to. Because these are the guys who chase and do a lot and pursue, and they usually feel like, you know, they got to pay all the bills, but not out of masculinity, just to impress you. Those types of guys, the guys who take you to a 5-star restaurant to get to know you, they're usually the guys who are indifferent because they're doing all that to try to move themselves up the attraction ladder using their funds, right? But if she's indifferent towards you, 90% of the time, that's why she's flaking. Because indifferent means she's okay if you're there and she's okay if you're not. So she doesn't want to completely cut you off. That's why she's still responding to you. That's why she'll like set up a date to meet you or set up a date to chill. But then when that day comes, she just doesn't want to do it anymore. You guys all also realize women go through roller coasters of emotions all the time, right? So if she's not infatuated with you, it takes nothing. On the day, say you text a woman, not even the day before, it could be the same day. You text her that morning and you say, you know, everything's going good, y'all laughing and shit. And you say to her, hey, I'm going to come through at 8. And she goes, okay, I can't wait to see you, right? And she loses her Stanley Cup, or her friend didn't like her picture, or her boss says something she don't like. And women are so emotional, that can mess up their whole day. Now, if they're infatuated with you, they'll still let you come through because just your presence is going to make them happy. But if they're indifferent towards you, now they're like, I don't want to chill anymore. So you didn't do anything. They're just, because they're indifferent on you, they don't want to be bothered because they don't foresee your presence making them happier or doing anything. So they're just like, I don't care if he comes, right? I don't care if he's around. Now, they could also become indifferent because another bull is in the ring. So sometimes a woman has you high on the attraction ladder, right? Now this woman slept with you, which means, I mean, she might have just been really horny and she put you to 2-something dates. And she's like, okay, he took me on 2 dates, so he's not creeping up, and so I'll sleep with him. But most likely, if she went through 2 dates with you and now she's sleeping with you, she probably did have you high on the attraction scale. And what most likely happened, a man who is either higher on her attraction scale, a man who has more money than you, a man who has more status than you, or a man who he has more money than you, more status than you, or more masculinity than you, or she's more attracted to him, or all four, whatever. Another bull has entered the ring. Now, this bull, he's probably not going to be all four because he wasn't strong enough to knock you completely out the box. Because she's still responding to you and still setting up moves with you, which means she wants to string you along. But she's also trying to see what's up with this other guy. Right? So it could be a situation like that where she's balancing between you and this other dude and she doesn't really know who to pick. But him and what he has planned is what's causing her indifference with you. Because if you just want her to come through but he's offering a date and he offers a date on that same day, she's going to cancel on you. You get what I'm saying? But she doesn't want to, she's still going to reply to you because she doesn't want to cut you off because she doesn't really know where he stands. Right? So that's why she's being indifferent. Now the third level, right, it's just she doesn't like you. If a woman doesn't like you, you'll know. How do you know? Because she'll block your ass. You go on a date with a woman and she thinks the date went terrible, she blocks you. Next thing you know, you go from blue bubble to green bubble, right? Or you've been hitting it off with this girl, everything's been great, and she finds another dude who's better than you and he's applying pressure, she blocks you. Or she just stops talking to you. Cold turkey. Right? Now, if you were going on like multiple dates and everything was going great and then she starts talking to you cold turkey, it's because she might want to split the bot if things don't work off. That's why she didn't block you. But she'll just stop talking to you cold turkey. When she does that, she either doesn't like you at all or someone has come in and completely replaced you for now. Right? And that's when she'll either stop talking to you and never respond to nothing or she'll just block you. Women only have 3 modes. They're not complex like people try to make them. She's infatuated with you, she's indifferent to you, or she just doesn't like you. And if she doesn't like you, she doesn't respond at all. If she's infatuated, she responds to everything. And if she's indifferent, then she responds depending on what's going on. Alright? So this woman has you in an indifferent phase. Now last, the best gems come for those who stay to the end. What should you do about it? What you should do about it is simple. If a woman's indifferent about you, the only way to deal with that is to be indifferent about her. Right? Never, ever block a girl who's indifferent because she might come back. All right? She might come back. So you don't want to block her or nothing. And you ask, should you say something? You absolutely should not say anything because to me, that's feminine. Right? A woman would say, oh, you acting different. You used to be talking to me this way. Now you're only talking to me that way. Or you used to talk to me at this time. Now you only talk to me at that time. As a man, you shouldn't be in scarcity. You shouldn't be worried about it like that. So how you match indifference is with indifferent energy. You hit her up, she may or may not respond, or she might respond 2 days later. Or you set a date and she might flake and come up with an excuse not to come or say she forgot. Cool, so you just do the same thing. So you don't hit her up, you know what I mean, any more than she hits you up unless she just pops in your head. And if she doesn't respond, you know, or she doesn't show up, you just leave her alone until she come back. And if she don't come back, then whatever. If she don't come back, you move on. That's how you handle it. So you don't say anything because you got to remember, this is not your girlfriend. So the last thing you want to do is this not even your girlfriend and you get mad having a conversation about her not being consistent. She doesn't have to be consistent. This is not your girl. And you definitely don't be wanting to have an argument with a woman who's not your girl. There should be nothing to argue about. If she's indifferent, you indifferent. Hey, you say you was going to meet with me at this time. You know, the time comes, you're not here. I send you a text. You don't respond? All right, bet. So we're not talking anymore until you send me a message. Because I'm not double texting you. Or you do respond. Oh, I forgot. Or something came up. Cool. Right? So I'm not tripping. But at the same time, I'm not really planning to see you again until you start giving me choosing energy again. Or unless you set something up. You respond to indifference with indifference. Because she's only going to do one of 2 things. Either she's going to apply more pressure or it's just going to naturally fade away. Right? And she might apply more pressure because she might have realized, oh, I'm losing you. Or she might apply more pressure because the dude she's juggling with you with stops talking to her, right? But she can only do one of 2 things. She can remain indifferent and y'all can just drift apart. Or she can start applying a little bit more pressure. Simple as that. Because you already reached out to her. You already offering to hang out. And you already texting her and stuff. And she's the one being indifferent. So you matching different energy with indifferent energy. So that's how you handle that. I could have made the video shorter, but I really wanted to give y'all some good game in this video, so I stressed it a little bit. I really wanted to explain things so you guys know how to deal with it going forward. So either way, y'all, that's my thoughts on that. I am Alex, and I am out. Peace.